Hi guys, I'm Hayden Crawford from the Dreamtime Academy and welcome to today's live Starseed Numerology Insights. Now, did you know that your date of birth carries the values of your life purpose, your soul origin, and also your personality blueprint, as well as the best times for you to embark on new projects and ventures? Did you? Well, no. Well, why not? Everyone should know this. It's like common knowledge these days, isn't it? Now, I work as a numerologist and color therapist, and I work with a color therapy system. It's the one behind me here called the Color Mirrors, which is a numerology-based color therapy system. And I will, from your date of birth, be able to tell you what's going on for you across the three planes of existence. So mental, emotional, and physical. Now, it's quite revealing, actually, because I can also discover what your starry origins are. So which star system your soul originated from after it left source consciousness. So whether you came in from Andromeda, like me, or maybe the Pleiades or Sirius or Orion or Lyra or Alpha Centauri. You know, there is a plethora of different star systems out there that your soul may have come in from to get to the Earth plane to help you to be able to navigate, you know, the energies into the new Earth matrix. So it's really exciting, isn't it? Now, I'm also going to pick out a card from my Starseed Oracle deck for you today as well, which will reveal some extra information and guidance for you as you move forward through and out of this retrograde, this Mercury retrograde. Thank goodness it's finished, eh? Now, this one is called the Void, okay? So the Void is about you stopping and embracing winter, okay? So it's quite a scary looking card, isn't it, really? When you look at it, you think, oh, it's the great cosmic womb. So sometimes, you know, when we enter the void, it means that we almost feel like we don't know what's coming next. And actually, it's a good place to exist in when we don't know what's coming next, because infinite possibilities are then open up for you then, aren't they? You know, it's about embracing the dark as much as the light. You know, we live in a planet of duality. The Earth plane, a bit like Orion, it's a planet of duality. So we have the good and the bad, the black and the white, the right and the wrong. And we've got to learn to love our dark aspects as much as our light ones, because it's all perfect, although it might be perfectly imperfect. So the void comes up there as a little bit of extra guidance. So what parts of your darker side are you not accepting? In the Color Mirror system, we've got a bottle which is called G36. It's actually the final bottle in the series, and it's actually coral over deep magenta, and this is about complete and utter self-acceptance. So coral relates to the human aspect of your life experience, you know, what it is to be human, and then magenta is about divine love. And when we can embody both aspects of that within ourselves, we don't need to strive for anything anymore. Excuse me. You know, we can finally find our worth and our value within just being in the moment, instead of old wealth, which was, you know, attaining things to make us feel powerful or important. You know, we find wealth and value within recognizing our divinity and what it is to live out a human experience as an ancient immortal being of light. So hello to you, Rachel Rodriguez. How are you today? Please leave your date of birth and I can have a look at some insights for you based around your numerology, if you like. What have you been up to, Rachel? Have you had a good week so far? I know it's Friday now, isn't it? Which is super exciting. Well, it might be Thursday for you guys, if you're in America. But yeah, over here in Australia, we're on Friday evening, so it's getting really exciting. So we've got the weekend off, actually, Mark, my husband and I, and we're going to be going out looking for properties for retreats that we're going to be running more retreats in 2022, 2023, and beyond. So we're actually house hunting, which is uber exciting in the Perth Hills. So we want something that's rural and a little bit remote. Well, not too remote, because I don't want to be standing on snakes and redbacks or anything like that. But yeah, so there you go. So it's all exciting times. And now that obviously Mercury at retrograde has gone out, it means that things can start moving forward again, which is a bonus. So Rachel, you were born on the 23rd of May, 1979. Okay, fantastic. Rachel, the 23rd of May, 1979. So there's much going on here. New state, new home, new career. All wonderful. I love hearing that. Fantastic. Good for you, Rachel. So you've moved, actually, have you moved across the country then to a new state? Whereabouts, which state have you moved to? So you've got the 7, the 9, you've got the 5, a 2, a 3, and a 1. So you've got 2 positive arrows within your birth chart. And I'll show everybody what that looks like. So, Rachel, first things first, you're a day number 5, okay? So you were born on the 23rd, so your day number is a 5, which means that you like freedom. So you don't like feeling restricted in any way, shape, or form, you know, so it's kind of like a real big deal for you, this. So if anyone tries to tell you what to do, you won't like it. You know, this is really about you needing to travel and explore and meet different cultures and different people and different places. And if any part of you wants to hide, it will make life difficult for you. So your life is a continuous process of letting go of old masks that no longer serve you. And it's actually represented by Mercury, which is a green bottle in the color mirrors system, which is this one here. So I'll show you, this is Mercury. So it's green over green. And Mercury is, it's about communication and versatility. It's free flowing. And yeah, it relates to space. Anything green, you know, it relates to you needing space. You need to feel space. So from California to Arkansas. Ooh, so I'm not sure where Arkansas is, but I know California is on the west coast. So is Arkansas on the east coast or something, or is it inland? Is it landlocked? So we can also see your ruling number. So we get that by adding up all the numbers in your date of birth. So it's a 9, 10, 19, 26, 26, 31, 34, 35, 36. You're a ruling number 9 like me, Rachel. So the 9 is the humanitarian. So you're a freedom-seeking humanitarian, you know, so you want to be of service, you want to help people. You're very wise and quite idealistic as well, but very ambitious too. So Mars energy comes in for your ruling number, which is red over orange in the color mirror system. It's this bottle here. Now, it's very important for you because your numbers are complementary. So green and red energy are complementary. So that creates a bit of a difficult vibration. And it can mean that sometimes, you know, you might need to distance yourself to avoid, you know, conflict or getting angry and frustrated, because green is the antidote to red related issues, you see. So, you know, whenever you feel like you struggle to do and say what needs doing and saying, instead of being meek and mild and getting angry and frustrated, that is very important for ruling number 9s. They've got to be able to speak up about how they're feeling instead of suppressing it. Now, that can be a bit of a difficulty for you because you've only got 1 in your birth chart. So when 1 is masculine and 2 is feminine, but 1 energy relates to your verbal communication skills as well. So when you've only got 1, there's a restriction around how you communicate, you know, how you're feeling, even though you know how you feel, because you've got the 5 there within the center of your emotional plane, which is your feeling, you know, the intensity of feeling that you have. The 1 here is there is a restriction around how you communicate that. So that is sometimes possibly why, you know, you can get a little bit angry and frustrated and things like that. Okay. The other thing that we can note about you are these 2 positive arrows. Now, the first one is called the arrow of the planner, which is an inherent love of order and processes and procedures, you know, so you kind of like to know what's coming next within your life. It's like that sort of desire to sort of be analytical. It's a bit left brain, actually, this arrow. And then you've also got the arrow of determination, which is a grit and determination for you to be able to achieve your goals and dreams in life. So it's a really positive strength. You might not necessarily always use it, but it's there for you if you need it, you know, so it's that real beautiful ability to be able to see a project through to finality. The 9 energy is amplified because obviously you've got 2 9s because you were born in 1979, and that amplifies your ambition and your idealism and your wisdom. Okay, so we can also see, actually, I've missed this arrow out, haven't I? Here, this one is called the arrow of spirituality. So what that means is that sometimes when people have this arrow, there was challenges and difficulties for you when you were younger, like when you were being brought up, that could have caused you to take on board look at your life, outlook on your life. So you develop a wise philosophy, possibly, out of difficulties and challenges, but also it gives you a keen interest in metaphysics and the occult and spirituality and, anything that's kind of exploring the deeper meaning behind life. You're currently in a personal year cycle 5, 10, 13, 14, 15. You're in a personal year cycle 6 at the moment. So we travel in 9-year cycles in numerology, Rachel. And when you get to a 6, it's really a reinvention of the way that you appear to the outside world. And this could be you moving, and having all this change going on. But it's about the home and the family. The 6 relates to creativity within the home. So you might actually feel like you want to redecorate, or move house. That's the 6. The 6 is the home, the family, creativity, but also the opposite of that, which is destruction if you're living negatively. So does that make sense, Rachel? Yeah. So there's a great deal of strength within your birth chart here. You've got a really strong birth chart. You're very sensitive. You've got really balanced sensitivity and intuition as well. Oh, like getting a divorce. Okay, is that what's happening? So have you got a divorce? Because that can sometimes come up. Yeah, with red and green combinations as well, it can bring up codependency within relationships. So whether that was him or you, it's about feeling like you can't stand on your own 2 feet. Codependency in relationships. So sometimes a divorce will come in to be able to, sort of almost force you both into standing on your own 2 feet. So so there you go, Rachel. Hopefully that's made sense for you today. That's just a few little insights for you today, just to give you a little bit of more of an understanding on your personality blueprint, and what the best times are for you to embark on new projects and ventures and things like that. Because actually for next year, it can be quite a challenging year if you're not living your purpose. So, the 7 is a year of sacrifice. You're moving into that next year. And you'll start feeling the vibrations of that from around about May. So, it can be that you're forced into creating positive change within your life because you're not, on point. Oh, you're very welcome. Did that make sense for you then, Rachel? Yeah. Remember, if you're interested in pursuing, the reading, then I offer the Starseed Numerology reports as well, which are still on special until the end of June for only 59 Australian, and that will look at your birth name, where your soul came in from after it left source, and also your peak years of maturity, which is quite predictive about what's coming up for you further down your timeline. And I'll pop a link in there for you as well if you'd like to order one of those. I think you'll find them really, really beneficial. Now, if you're watching today and you'd like me to also have a look at your date of birth, then pop your date of birth down in the comments section and I'll have a look through and see what I can find out for you. Okay. Brilliant, Rachel. Well, look, good luck with the move and everything like that. I hope it goes really, really well for you. I'm sure it will. Sometimes, when we kind of make decisions, it releases stress, because all stress really in our lives is caused by the inability or not making a decision about something. And when we make those decisions, we kind of feel this massive sense of almost like relief and release, and we can move forward with our lives on more towards our purpose work instead of kind of just going through the motions, because that's what tends to happen, doesn't it? I think sometimes when you get caught in the rat race, you can't see the wood for the trees, and before you know it, you feel stuck, and it's almost like, oh my god, I don't want to be doing this anymore, and I don't want to be with them anymore, and because it just makes you feel miserable. But as soon as you make a decision to have that change, it's almost like the universe starts beaming sun rays down at you and gives you the opportunity for for growth and personal development. Yeah, there you go. So you've been feeling amazing since the change and the split. It's wonderful. How long were you married for? Did you you know, were you with him for a long time? Because sometimes, you know, when you get together when you're younger, like if he was a childhood sweetheart or something, you know, then you kind of just get stuck in a bit of a rut. And sometimes as well, it's interesting when people get together when they're fairly young, it can be like a safety mechanism because they're looking to escape from their family. And often you find that one or both of the partners then end up going into a same-sex relationship next time round, because it's almost like, you know, they were almost hiding behind that to begin with. There was an S sounding name that came in for you, Rachel, as I was doing your reading, and this would be somebody. It feels like a female, an S sounding name, like Sarah, Sylvia, Susan, Sasha. You know, that would be in spirit, and it feels like I don't know, like I'm getting an older woman. Steenbar. Who's that? Is that your previous name? Is it? Hey Naomi, how are you? Nice to see you here, Naomi Germain. That's like Saint Germain, isn't it, Naomi? Oh, it's your last name. Okay, Steenbar. No, it doesn't feel like it's that. This feels like it's somebody who's crossed over in spirit. An older woman would be either like your grandmother or an older female within the family. So where are you watching from, Naomi? Excellent. Let me know where you're watching from. And if you want me to have some, do some insights based around your date of birth, then feel free just to drop your birth date in the form of like your day, then your month, and then your year in the comment section, and I'll have a look. And I'll do what I've just done for Rachel. Actually, I just did her a chart and had a good look, didn't we, Rachel, at what's going on for you? It's really interesting, actually. It's quite a powerful chart you've got there. I feel like, you know, things are going to really start moving forward for you now. You're Australian. Ah, right. Okay. And you're the 16th of December. Okay. So you were born on the 16th as well. I was born on the 16th of October. Naomi. Thanks, Rachel. Ah, bless you. Bless your little cotton socks. Yeah. So the 16 is a karmic number. Hi, Ram. How are you? It's nice to see you here. Yeah. The 16 is a karmic number. So what it actually means is it's like, it is represented by the tower in traditional tarot, and in the color mirror system it's a olive green and lilac bottle. So it's sometimes, you know, relates to like sexuality. So sometimes people are born on the 16th can be gay. Other times it can be like a fear of betrayal, or a fear, like you've got like an inherent fear that you're going to be that you're going to lose everything all of a sudden. You know, it's that tower experience. You fear like all of a sudden one day you're just going to lose everything that you've gained. And that fear actually comes from a previous life experience where you lost everything all of a sudden, like you were killed in a war or something like that. And that can then manifest. Yeah, really. Do you identify with that, Naomi? Because it can be quite a difficult vibration. But, you know, the interesting thing is it reduces to a 7. The 16 obviously reduces to a 7 because we had the 1 and the 6 together. And the 7 is about learning through your own experiences. So yeah, it's very true. I feel like that sometimes. Yeah, so do I. I get that as well. And the interesting thing is, like, both me and my husband, we're both born on October the 16th. So we both have that fear going on. So interesting. So yeah, so the 7 needs to learn through its own experience. So this is your second biggest influence within your birth chart. And it's about exploring the deeper meaning behind life, because the 7 represents the subconscious mind. So a lot of day number 7 people want to learn through their own experience, and then they go on to teach what they've learned. Okay, because it's like the spiritual teacher. Like in the color mirror system, bottle number 7 is this one here, which is called Neptune, which is turquoise over a deeper turquoise. And Neptune was the Roman god of the sea. So it's the king of Atlantis. So it's very, you know, it's emotional, but it's the depths of our, you know, of our subconscious mind. You're on a shopping trip, Ram. What are you buying? So yeah, so 7 is like looking at the mysteries, illusions, miracles, magic, and faith of life, you know. So I'll draw your chart up for you. I'll just grab my blackboard eraser. There you go. I'm a bit unprepared today, aren't I? Pastry now because you're tired. Oh yeah, I like a nice pasty. Nice, aren't they? So Naomi. Okay, you were born on the 16th of the 12th, 2001. You're quite a young one then, Naomi. What's that? It makes you 21 years old. So you got a 6 there, 3 ones, and that's going on there, and that's going on there. Yeah, so day number 7, the ruling number, which is your biggest influence, which actually gives you your soul purpose, is a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is 12, 13. You're a 4. So both of the numbers that you've got there, the 4 and the 7, they both live on the physical plane. The 1, 4, and 7 there on the bottom. So it's like you like active participation in life. You know, you're a doing person. You're quite physical, good with your hands. You'll also like the material aspects of life. Turning 20 this year. Yeah, that's right, 20. My maths is obviously poor. Not in a good mood today, Ram. Sorry to hear that. But, you know, you're here now, so you've got a bit of yellow joy energy. So this will hopefully perk you up a little bit. And just eat your pastry, and then you'll feel a lot better. So yeah, so the 4 is actually Uranus in the color mirror system here. So this is Uranus, which is the planet of the future, which is yellow over deep turquoise. Okay, so that's Uranus. And Uranus is about change and disruption of old order. So it's about letting go of all that no longer serves you. So during the course of your life, for your soul to evolve, you have to let go. You know, so it's like letting go of old people, places, structures, beliefs, you know, everything like that in your life that no longer serves you. So yeah, so that's, you know, a big part of who you are. Now, the other thing that you've got going on here is you can be a little bit quiet every now and again as well. So sometimes, you know, you need to kind of step outside of the box. You're quite a creative person as well. You love the home, and the family are very important to you. And you can be creative within your home, and you're very sensitive as well, because you've got, you know, the 2 2s, which is feminine. 1 is masculine, 2 is feminine. So when you've got 2 2s, it's like your intuition and sensitivity is heightened or amplified. You've also got what's called here the arrow of passivity. So it means that sometimes, you know, you kind of shy away from getting involved in things as well. So it might mean that you need a bit of encouragement to sort of get going on projects and stuff. You might not start them at all. And, you know, you're a bit passive, you know, whereas, you know, it's, yeah, sometimes you need a big kick up the bum, you know, to get going on things. And then the other one you've got is the arrow of skepticism, or the arrow of the inquirer, which is the lack of the 3, 5, and 7. And what that means for you is that you can be a little bit skeptical of anything that can't be scientifically proven, or any new concepts, until you get your own proof, and then you become like an avid convert. So, you know, that's how that can play itself out. Yeah, so Naomi says, yes, I'm super quiet around some people, but can open up at other times. Yeah, so you need to have people around you that you trust before you start really opening up and you know, allowing the love in. Yeah, so other than that, you know, there is, you know, you are quite a practical person. You know, you're definitely a practical person. I feel like you could be quite creative as well, and you could express that through your hands. You're quite intuitive and sensitive, but I do feel like you need a bit of you know, like help to get things done. So Ram says, what's Arcturians got to do with me? It's confusing. I don't know what you're talking about, Ram, but no, I think what Ram's talking about there is like when we look at the birth chart, we can get some information based around, you know, where your soul may have originated from. So the numerology and your astrology together, along with your color influences, can really detail which star system, you know, that your soul, you know, which is your biggest aspect, really, it's the truth of who you are, came in from. So for me, Naomi, I've come from Andromeda. So it's a star system 2.5 million light years away from the Earth. And we're here to teach self-love and self-acceptance and self-confidence, and also help people to rediscover their inner wisdom so they can live life with more joy, freedom, and purpose. So you might be Andromedan as well, or you may have come in from Arcturus, like what Ram's just saying, or the Pleiades or Lyra. So do you know where you came in from? Because if you don't, I offer a Starseed Numerology report, which is like a 20-page handcrafted report, so it's not computer generated, and that will reveal that to you, as well as the other influences based around your living name, which is like your soul urge number and your outer expression number and your complete name number, and then all your Columbus influences and your peak years of maturity in the report. And that's on special at the moment as well for only 59 Australian dollars. So if you'd like one of those, then we're very happy to create one for you. Okay, they take around about 7 to 10 business days to create, because they are, something that I put together with my own fair hands. So I don't think Oh, right. Okay. So you've never had that done yet. Great. Okay. Well, that would definitely be something to look at, I think, because what that gives you, it gives you an understanding of what your mission is, during your earthly experience. So if you don't have that information, it's almost like you can go off track and you can just end up falling into the rat race. So guys, there you go. So Ram's here. We've got Naomi, Rachel as well. If you're watching today and you'd like me to look at some insights based around your date of birth as well, which carries the secrets of your soul origins, your personality blueprint, and the best times for you to embark on new projects and ventures. And talking about that, we can also get your personal year cycle, which we travel in 9-year cycles in numerology, Naomi. And for you, you're in a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. You're in a personal year cycle 6 as well. So what that means is it's all about home and family for you this year. But also you might want to reinvent yourself, the way that you look, or decorate your home, or spend more time at home, or be more creative. So that's the fascinating thing about the 6 year. It can be a really great opportunity for you to change your hair, change your wardrobe, reinvent yourself, or just get your home in order, or spend more time being creative within the home. Oh, hi, Sarah. It's nice to see you. So, Sarah, you were born on May the 23rd, 1991. It was interesting, Sarah. I actually got the name Sarah earlier on, like in today's session, when I was doing a reading for Rachel Rodriguez. I could feel the energy of a woman around her called Sarah, but I thought she was in spirit, but I think it's you. So I'm going to have a look at your chart now for sure. So if you watch the rerun of this, you'll see me talking about it. So yeah, it was before you came in. Yeah, and it's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, have a look into that. I've left a link in the comments section, Naomi, or on where you can get your report from. Like, you can order it through my online shop. I'll pop it in there again for you, so you've got that. But that will take you through like a secure payment system to be able to order your report. And I will need your date, time, and place of birth, and your living name, which is the name that you like to go by, not necessarily the name that's on your birth certificate. Okay. So Sarah's, I haven't been able to go to sleep. Maybe that's why. What time is it there, Sarah? Whereabouts are you? Are you in America? 5 a.m. Wow. Oh my God. I'd be trying to get back to sleep. When I wake up, mind you, I get up around about 6 o'clock in the morning most days, and I'm at the gym by 7:30. But I just feel like if I wake up, it's pointless going back to sleep, because then you feel like worse, don't you, really, sometimes? So you might want to get yourself up and go and make yourself a cup of coffee. 1991. All right, so what we're doing here, Sarah, is just putting information from your date of birth into your birth chart. Interesting, you've actually got a chart that's very similar to one of the ladies that I was doing the chart for earlier on. Actually, very similar, yeah. So maybe this is why you came in when I was doing Rachel's chart, because Rachel's chart had very similar influences. She's a day number 5 as well. And also has the arrow of determination, the arrow of the planner. So we'll start with your day number, because that's your second biggest influence. So the day you're born, we we basically add the 2 and the 3 together, which creates a 5 energy. That's all right, Naomi. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I tell you what, I absolutely love working with colors and numbers because they are the universal language of light. So they don't lie, so you can get really accurate information if you learn how to interpret it properly. Who's Samisis? No look, eh? Okay, so day number 5 is, it's this desire that you've got for birthday buddies. Exactly. It's this it's this inner desire that you have freedom. Okay, so you need freedom and versatility, and you need to be able to communicate how you feel. You need to have that sort of sense of freedom and explore the world, so you need to go out and travel and all of that sort of stuff. You are sisters, you two, aren't you? Rachel and Sarah there. So that's why Sarah came in when I was talking to you. It's interesting, isn't it? So in the Color Mirror system, bottle number 5, because this is a numerology based color therapy system that I work with, is this one here. It's called Mercury, and it's green over green. So green's all about space in color therapy, so it just means that for you, you need space around you, and not to feel restricted. We can also see your ruling number is a 9, 10, 19, 25, 28, 29, 30. So you're a ruling number 3. Okay. Whereas Rachel, you're a ruling number 9. You're a 3. All right. So Sarah, the 3 is Jupiter energy, which is coral over coral in the color mirrors. And it means that you've got you're quite sociable, fun loving, quite lively when you're living positively. But when you're living negatively, a bit critical or a bit judgmental towards yourself and other people. But also, it's the 3 is expansion, so for you want to be able to expand and grow and develop personally within your life experience. And you're probably inspired more by the arts than you are the sciences. The 3s are, they are attracted to music, lyrics, poetry, writing, that type of thing, publishing. And often, they suffer from low self-esteem or like self-doubt, and they have to go through a process of accepting themselves, because coral energy is about self-acceptance. And sometimes, if they're living in the shadow of the 3, it can be the martyr, playing the role of the martyr, which isn't what you want, or even finding that you enter relationships of unrequited love, which can be a bit of a pain as well. So it can be a bit needy, the coral energy, a bit sickly, that type of thing. So you've been attracted to green lately, have you, Sarah? There you go. So it just shows you, doesn't it? And actually, when you get, green is heart related energy, and really for you, you've got to make sure that you let go of old masks. And if any part of you wants to hide, it will make life difficult for you, because your soul wants expansion. So there's a lot of heart loving energy there, but it's blended with a little bit of gold solar plexus energy as well. So it's beautiful. Now this arrow is called the arrow of the planner, which means that you've got an inherent love of order and processes, so you like to know what's coming next in your life experience. You're a bit of a tick list person. And then this arrow here is called the arrow of determination, which is a real strength within your birth chart, which means that you like to finish your projects. You like to see them through to finality. You've got great grit and determination, like a dog with a bone, so you will, you'll kind of be able to harness that strength when you want to be able to achieve your goals. Now it amplifies your 9 energy as well. So you've got 2 9s and you've got 2 1s. So your verbal communication skills are perfectly balanced. You know how you feel. You tend to respond beautifully in emotional situations instead of reacting aggressively or whatever. You're very intuitive and sensitive. Your memory is good. You've got a vivid imagination, and then you want to be of service. So you want to help people. That's one of the things that's good about you. Is like you've got this innate ability, because you're very ambitious, you're very wise, but you want to help people. That's really, really important for you. Okay, so there's a great depth of wisdom there. Your personal a 5, 10, 13, 14, 15. So you're in personal year cycle 6 as well. So that's all 3 of you today, or 4 of you today, that are in your personal year cycle 6s, which again is about the home, about the family. It's about being creative within the home, or redecorating or reinventing the way that you look. So hopefully this is making sense for you, Sarah. Leave a few comments and let me know if this is you. And remember as well, if it's the first time onto my channel, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the bell for future notifications, because you'll never miss one of my videos. Then I go live on my YouTube channel probably about once or twice a week. So you might want to share this as well, with people that you love in your life that you feel would benefit from having some insights to be able to understand themselves. Because really, I think as we've been through the Starseed awakening, we sort of continue with that process. It's very important to understand what your purpose is, so what it is that you're actually here to do. So Sarah's go, wow, it's so accurate. I was just thinking about moving. There you go then. Just shows you, doesn't it? So often that, it can be the move of house that comes in during your personal year cycle 6. Also a 1, like a personal year cycle 1, that's also another time that you can either move house, change jobs, or even change relationships. Yeah. So if anyone else is watching and they'd like me to have a look at their insights, then please feel free, to leave your information. Now, you might be intrigued by all these beautiful colored bottles behind me, and actually the dual colored oil bottles are actually to be bathed in. So you pour these into your bath, they're vibrational remedies, and they will go in and they'll clear away the related emotions or beliefs that are no longer serving you. And these bottles here are the essence sprays, and these are gorgeous. They're all keynotes and frequencies. They each have their own individual aroma signature. So like, for example, this is Starlight Fire, which is beautiful orange energy. So it's very good for shock, abuse and trauma. And also, activating bliss and enlightenment. So we just spray those around us and we breathe them in. And, aroma is proven to have an immediate effect on the brain. So it can actually, create some magical and incredible results if we use them daily. So the color mirrors is almost like a system that we use to be able to unveil our subconscious patterns and bring them into the conscious mind and bring them into alignment so that we can become powerful creators of our own life experience. So hopefully that's made sense for you all today. I'm going to be heading off soon to go and just tidy the house a little bit before my husband gets back from work. So I hope you're able to get back to sleep okay. And Naomi, I hope you are too. And Ram, keep on eating the pastries. It will do the job. And I'll see you next time. Lots of love, everybody. Bye for now.